You're
Welcome to Divine Honey Podcast. I'm your host, your friend, Tamika Johnson.
and I am your other co-host and friend, Lil TJ.
If this is your first time tuning in, welcome. This show is about human experiences. This includes thought provoking conversations and our Divine Honey guests sharing stories about love, life, journey, and purpose. If you're watching on the live or on the replay and you feel inspired, show some love in the chat. This is your inspirational podcast.
We need that clue bomb. So we're gonna get a little sound joint, so we can get these little DJ clue bombs to go off.
We're trying to level up, but one thing at a time. One thing at a time. So today we don't really even have a topic. We're just catching up, chopping it up.
You ain't gotta tell the people the business; they don't know.
I don't know. I'm just saying, that's what the title of the podcast is called. Chopping
So
it
we got a
up.
topic. We're chopping it up, fam.
I guess that is the
What's
topic.
good? What's good?
I'm working on my level of like not being so transparent about things. I gotta work on that.
Hey, that's all it is. One day at a time, like you just
One
said.
day. How are you?
I'm well, healthy. Should have got a haircut this weekend. I'm gonna go and tomorrow get a little lineup. But we well, man. About to start this leadership stuff. I'm trying to take all the trainings I can in my organization I work for. So when that director job opens up, your boy is highly qualified. I ain't even been there for a year yet, so I'm trying to be patient. What's good, Brian?
Hey y'all. Hey,
Our number
oh,
one
Brian,
fan, our number one fan in the house. What's good, Shorty?
look what I got. You got. Is this too familiar?
Oh, we about to head back there for spring break.
Isla, hello, Isla Harris. Enjoy Mexico.
How'd you say
Is it Isla Harris, Mexico?
it? Isla.
Isla. Beautiful island. Beautiful island. And why are you guys going there for spring break instead of Arizona?
That's where the soon to be senior wants to go.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair.
Yes, ma'am. How are
Yes.
you?
Well, I'm okay. Well, you know what? I'm more than okay. I'm good. So we were just talking about this. I was telling you how tired I am, and you said, "Why are you so tired?" I said, "What I say, fool? I have sleep apnea."
Oh yeah.
So a while back, as I started to like gain weight, I became it became more noticeable that I was snoring. I could even hear it. It would wake me up. So I'm waking up all throughout the night. And you chalk it up to just snoring. I just
Yeah,
decided to like, oh, I need to get a sleep test.
right.
So I went and got the sleep test. Now you can do them at home. So you just wear this monitor and you sleep, right? So my test results come back. I have moderate sleep apnea. I have 16 events that happen each hour. So 16 times an hour, I stop breathing. What
Sure,
would
you
keep
about to pass out while you sleep.
what? Shut up.
Hey, you ever wake up dead? How you gonna wake up dead?
Well, I don't even notice that like it's not like I'm not gasping for air or anything. I'll just like wake up a lot.
But then you say the average person say that part too.
Yeah. So to have a normal test, you should only have below 5 sleep events. 0 to 5. The average person. Once you're over 5, you would have mild. Once you're over 15 events, which I was at 16, you have moderate. And then 30 events is severe.
30? God damn.
Yeah.
That is wild.
So with that, not having being disrupted, your sleep being disrupted, you're tired, you're fatigued a lot, day fatigue, like I would have to take naps. And to think about it, I've always been a person that have had to take naps. And maybe that's not normal to be sleeping 3 hours or 2 hours during the day.
Right.
So with that, also as your sleep is disrupted, it's it makes it harder to lose weight.
Yeah, you're not getting that. Your body's not recovering.
Yeah. Then it can start messing with your hormones. Also, if you don't get sleep apnea treated, which a lot of people don't, you think, okay, I just snore. It can cause other health problems,
Right.
like with your heart. I don't know, there was other things, high blood pressure, all those things. And it can cause depression. So if you're dealing with different mood disorders, your sleep is affected, of course.
Right.
And also, sleep apnea is tied to diabetes, which I don't have diabetes. I'm pre-diabetic right now. So I'm this summer my goal was to get my health in order so I can get that A1C number down.
Right.
And so treating the sleep apnea, watching the things that I'm eating. The most misconception about weight gain, like, you're going to the doctors and you're talking to them about this. They always try to say you're overeating. And you have to advocate for yourself of what's going on. Write down what you're eating. Write down your activity and what's going on. Um, when you do those yearly checkups, I write down everything that I want to discuss with them about. Even if my pinky toe is hurting me, it's been hurting me for 3 days, I'm going to bring it up. You don't
Right.
know, those things can be linked to something else. I don't care. And so basically, I got my sleep apnea machine Monday.
Right.
It was a long road of trying to get this thing. But anyways, I got this, and I have to get used to it. I did rip it off the first night. In the middle of my sleep, but I'm just getting used to it. It is quiet, so that's the good thing. But I like to live in the land of delusion.
Right.
So I bought this rolling cart because I'm not going to be walking in my room and seeing this machine.
Right.
So I got this rolling cart at night, and when I'm done using it in the morning, I roll it in my closet. Out of mind, out of sight, out of mind.
Yeah.
So right now I'm still tired because I'm getting used to the machine.
Right. Right. Right.
My goal is just to continue on my weight loss journey and pay attention to the things that were presented to me, like getting the A1C number down and just getting better, adequate sleep, focusing more on that and seeing what this machine does for me. I'm not gonna lie, I wasn't happy about it. And I'll tell you why I wasn't happy about it, because in my mind all I thought is, oh, now because I'm getting up in age, I'm gonna be a sick person now.
Mhm.
That's and that scares me. Now I'm gonna have these things because my body don't work the way it used to.
Right.
And I just have to change my mindset of,
100%.
because some of this is okay. Yes, I do have, I had some bad eating habits, but I didn't feel like it was to the extent of the type of weight I was, gaining,
Right.
which my doctor said it has to do with the sleep apnea.
Yeah.
Because you have to get that under control. And that's what we're doing. So basically, taking care of yourself, you might not like what you're hearing, but if you catch a lot of things early, like I'm in this pocket where I can make changes.
Right.
But then I have genetics. You have genetics too,
Yeah.
right? We're just doing the best we can to be healthy, but being informed of your health status. Y'all, please go to the doctors. Please get your blood work done.
Yeah. I was gonna say, like, just even with my wife's Breeze journey, um, I think she was like diagnosed with some stuff that was wrong, like for forever. So then recently, um, she went and saw this lady that was like, she's a doctor. she dabbles in things outside of like our Western culture.
Mm-hmm.
So now she's actually got on the right meds, the right regiments to get her rest. So like now she's sleeping again. She has her energy back up. She's working out, losing weight, like all those things are happening. So like especially for women, I would say, and I'm not trying to, crash at women or nothing, but like respectfully to women, like go get that stuff done as you start to age, because it is your hormones, resting, sleeping, your stress levels, your cortisol levels, hyperthyroidism, all those things, like making sure you're getting those blood tests, those blood work, all that stuff done, and putting it as a priority to do that, because you shouldn't feel tired and uneasy and stressed out all the times. Like those are signs that something is going on in your body. And it starts at the age of 30. It's not, if
If
not
not
before.
before.
So do the work for yourself, man. You deserve it. You deserve it.
Yes, and that's the thing. And then just look at the areas where you need to improve and be honest with yourself. Um, Another thing, if anyone's ever done this, okay, my iron was low too. I was all jacked up, but like the sleep apnea. Now I got my machine. I'm like everything should level out now. Like, and I did lose 14 pounds. I think I gained a couple pounds back, but it don't matter. It don't matter. We're gonna keep going. We're gonna keep
Keep it
going.
going. Yeah.
um, I got my iron
But what were
levels were
some what
low.
were some other changes that you did too, though? Didn't you stop drinking, eating
Okay, I
out?
stopped
Like,
drinking for 2 months,
yeah.
but then I went on vacation. So
No, I'm
I
saying, but like
yeah. But
the
you have to
alcohol.
cut the alcohol.
Yeah.
You have to I have to be mindful of the alcohol. I'm on another alcohol fast starting now because we're starting a new month.
Yep.
So I'm gonna cut it out again.
Yeah.
But when you are doing it, you have to I have to watch like in moderation because you don't want it to spike any like levels, or it's just not good for your body either. It is a poison, and
Yeah.
it doesn't help with my body. I don't really lose weight with alcohol. It stalls my metabolism.
Yeah, because you're inflamed. All that stuff is inflamed
Yeah,
and different things. We got
yeah.
yay to the weight loss. You're being disciplined and getting it done.
Yes, thank you. Thank you, Patrice. I appreciate it. Yeah. So what else? Oh, and then I got have you got my iron was low, iron infusions. So I got 2 rounds of those. That did help though. Because my iron was low. I
You
don't
felt the
but
difference in energy or what?
huh?
You felt the difference in your energy or what? Like what was it?
Yeah, like this week I've been tired, and I think it's because of and the lady said it might it I will because of the machine. She goes, it's gonna take you a few weeks to get used to it. So you're not going to have this burst of energy because the machine is keeping me up a little bit. Last
Right.
night, yeah, because I'm trying to adjust.
Right.
But before that, after the infusions, I did 2 rounds. It's like in an IV drip. I felt better.
Cool.
I wasn't napping during the day.
So you
This
out there
week
getting
I
plasma.
have napped during the day because of that damn sleep apnea machine.
Right.
So
We
what
got
other
another comment.
huh? Another
Three said just to keep heart. Alcohol
celery.
actually lowers everybody's metabolism. It's not talked about much and even makes it difficult to gain muscle.
Oh, I didn't
Hard
know
out
that.
here, bro. Hard out here. Because it's breaking all that stuff down, man. It's staying in you, breaking it down. So,
Right. So that has just been my health journey, my just goal for the rest of the year. Now that I got everything in place, it's just continue eating properly, um, watching the amount of carbohydrates I take in. This is just what I'm doing. It's just the amount. I'm not counting calories. There's just a number that I stay under for carbs and a number I need to stay under for sugar. And exercising, at least getting, you got to move your body. My goal is I would like to do 6 days a week. Right now, it's really 4 or 5. It just depends with work, because here's the big thing: in the morning, if I feel really tired and feel like I should just sleep an extra hour, I will. I will listen to my body.
Right. There's nothing wrong with that.
And I'm more of a morning workout person. I hate working out in the afternoon. I will sometimes, like if I'm not going to hit my 4 day mark, I'm like, I'm just going to have to suck it up.
Right. Go get it.
And you guys go out, if you're in Arizona, go out to the Black AZ Run Club. It's fire. It's Saturday mornings at Tempe Town Lake at 7:30 in the morning. They've gained a really great following and great people to network with. So guys, check that out.
Shout out to the running club. Shout out to the running club. Go get involved if you're not.
You don't have to run though. You can walk. Just come as you are.
Right.
And Just a Key at Heart said, just a journey. It's a journey for sure. Just got to keep at it and be imperfectly. I like that. Be imperfectly consistent. You know, when you're trying to I'm the type of person, I don't know about this with you, Tim. I have like a routine and I like things in order and in a box. And I should be working out at this time, and then when I'm not perfect, it does throw me off. I do keep going, but I'm like, for 1 week, just 1 week, can I just do all these things perfectly and in perfect timing?
Right. Yeah, I just go do it. Shit, if I'm tired or not, I just go do it. That's just how my brain is operating from playing sports. You just do it. Just do it. Because once you get there, it feels good. So you just got to go do it.
You know, it's interesting you brought up sports. My friend, she left me a voice note. There's a conversation just having about like men and when having fathers in the home and not having a father in the home. And they mentioned in the voice note, I'm just summarizing that part of it, but in the voice note, she said, like, example, someone like your brother, how sports, the men that didn't have fathers, but they had sports in their lives, it helped with that discipline.
Yeah, facts. Yeah, 100%.
And what they got in that realm of being an athlete, they got that structure and some of the values that that can help be a good mate or a progressive man. What are your thoughts on that? It was just interesting she brought you up and you just said that.
Yeah, there's just a lot of transferable skills. Like, if you're on time, you're late. You know, this is how you work together to reach a common goal. Like, everybody has like individual goals, and all the individual goals goes to the main goal, which is winning, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you making sure you keeping your teammates accountable, you holding yourself accountable. And when you see the teams that don't win or not having success, you can see that they're disconnected or disjointed in some form or fashion. Whether that's the coach leading them, whether that's the teammates, there's no leadership within there. People don't really have a drive to play. There's a lot of reasons why stuff breaks down, and you can apply that all across your life.
Mm-hmm.
You've been on good functioning teams, right? Like just in work, and when it got stressful, it got hard. You guys could lean on each other to get the work done, but you still had individual work to do. But the common goal was everybody get their work done so that we can all share the success. And you've been on teams where it doesn't have that, and it feels like lonely, isolating. So yeah, playing sports, man, it teaches you a ton about life and adversity. I think adversity is the biggest thing because not everything's going to go your way, but you still got to figure out a way to persevere through it.
So then, how does that translate into like parenting? Because you talk about adversity, a lot of, and mind you, I don't have children, but sure. I would know that you would want better for your kids, right? And you don't want them to go through things that you've been through or any pain or hurt. How do you balance that, because at the same time prepare them that things life is gonna life. How do you
Right.
prepare them and protect them at the same time?
Well, I think it's more so the preparation. I don't want to protect necessarily, especially just having like a young man,
Mm-hmm.
because like you said, life is going to life, and the preparation is so that he's ready for when it does happen. I know how to navigate through this situation because my mom and dad role modeled it for me when I was at the crib. There's space and opportunity to talk and discuss those situations as they arise versus not being open eyed and naive to it.
Mm-hmm.
I would say if I had a daughter, it might be a little different, but I don't know. I think there's just a lot of things in life that just from like my experience growing up, and Kingston's going to have different experiences than me, of
Right.
course. But I don't want him to like be protected from it, so to speak, but more so prepared for it.
Hmm.
Like a
You,
girl is going to break your heart. It's going to happen. There's going to be idiots out here in the world that don't accept you for who you are. You know what I'm saying? There's going to be teachers that don't accept you for who you are. You might not be the fastest or strongest. You might not even want to play sports. That's a big one that I'm trying to prepare myself for if he doesn't want to do that. But there's just different scenarios that we'll talk about, and he'll experience it too. Like even if we stay out here in Altoona, he'll probably be like, I mean, demographically, cultures are changing. There's more Black folks, Latino folks moving into this area,
mm-hmm.
Asian folks moving into this area, but it is predominantly a white area. So how do you navigate that scene, being one of few? So
Right.
there's a lot of stuff that's going to happen, that's going to pop off, and once he becomes aware of it, we talk about it and we work through it and we keep it pushing.
Interesting. You said that for a girl it's gonna be different. Why is raising? I mean, you have a boy, but what would
I
be
said it
different?
might be a little different. I
Like,
didn't say it would be fully different. I just think there's like I'm really rough with Kingston.
mm-hmm.
I wouldn't be rough with my daughter like that.
Right.
I just wouldn't. Um, but I don't know. I might actually. I might. I don't know. I don't have a daughter, so I couldn't tell you.
You gonna body slam your daughter?
Yeah, these are just hypothetical situations.
Mm-mm. What would you tell Kingston when he starts dating? What would you tell him about women? Like, how would you prepare him to have to conduct himself to be a good man towards the ladies?
Well, I hope first that Bree and I have role modeled it for him,
Mm-hmm.
and she actually put a comment in there. So just read that it's actually good for kids to see their parents disagree and make up, so they're prepared for it later in their life. So
Ooh, that's a good one.
yeah,
She said something else. What's the next one?
thank God we ain't having a daughter, and God knew wasn't meant for one. Boy, mom for life. No, but uh, I would just let him know, like, man,
Wait, hold on. Keep talking. I forgot to plug my laptop in.
uh, that's what was beeping.
Look, y'all. Hold on. I don't want my laptop to die.
Oh, you good?
Okay. Woo. Sorry, I just got up.
No, you're all good. I think
I
there's
didn't
gonna be
want
a
it to
lot.
cut the live off. And the funny part is, I had a note telling me to plug it in. Whatever.
Uh,
But
I
what
mean,
were you
I
saying,
think our
brother?
first conversations are just going to be about protection. I think having protection is very important of understanding like what our body parts do, and
Mm-hmm.
then I think from there, just discussing like, man, if you like a girl or whatever, this is how it looks, man, and it gets scary. And if you don't want it, man, don't rush it. Do not rush it, baby. I think what I got married at 28. Don't rush it, baby. You know what I'm saying? There ain't no rush,
Well,
man.
you got married in your 30s.
Was I 30? Oh, I met Britt when I was
10.
28. I
Yeah.
got married at 30 when I was 30. When I was 30?
Okay.
31.
31?
Yeah, I might have been
That's
31.
a good age, though.
Yeah, yeah. I'll just say don't rush. It ain't no rush, man. Have fun, live your life. Uh don't change too much. Like obviously, change is important because now you're becoming in a relationship with somebody else. But don't lose yourself in it.
Mm,
I think a lot of times, like in the young years, you lose yourself in a relationship. Then you start to lose your friends, your family, your
yeah.
community that's supporting you. And then when it doesn't work out, now you're trying to reach out. I think those are valuable lessons. But yeah, don't lose yourself in it and have fun, man. Enjoy your time. You know, not saying that to be a player or anything, but there's going to be multiple opportunities. He's a handsome young man. He takes after his father. You know what I'm saying?
But another thing, would you tell him in this where he's a young man dating? Because women, to how to navigate that. Tim, sorry, you try to date multiple people and it never worked out great for you.
Why are you bringing that up?
I'm just saying, you sucked at it. So
What does that do with anything?
teaching him to have the conversations that,
Yeah, right. 100%. Like, hey,
but
brother.
being very direct with with whoever he's dealing with,
Yeah, if you don't
of
want to,
where he's at.
if you don't want to deal with it, don't deal with it. Like he
But
got an
if
older
he,
brother. He got an older brother at the house. Lena said he ain't dealing with none of that. So like, if that's what you don't want to deal with,
or if he's saying, but how are you going to teach your son not to be a cheater? Now, this is the same conversation that can happen for girls because girls can be players too. So I'm not being biased, but I'm asking, like, what do you tell a young man?
I'm just saying, like, if you like a girl and you want to be with her, just be with that one girl.
Hmm.
If you don't, if you have feelings somewhere else, you have to be able to own up to that and let her know before it goes any further. And I would hope that Bree and I have role model it for him to understand this is how you effectively communicate with your partner, if that's what you want to do. Because I
No,
would imagine by his time, bro, how it is now, dude. A lot of these young folks ain't even about relationships.
that's true.
Like that word, like we don't even use spouse or love or babe. Now it's like my partner. Like I think even the language, like I'm even curious to be know what the language is going to be when Kingston gets into that stuff.
That is true.
But yeah, man, just to be honest, I wish like for me, like personally, like if I would have had a man in my life just to be like, be honest with these girls, man, it would have been cool. But I didn't. Nobody ever told me. I had to figure all this out, dolo solo. And then I just got tired. You get tired of it, like, what? How do I change my ways to then find what I'm looking for? Because ultimately, I really wanted a family this whole time. So how do I change my ways to get what I'm looking for? And once I figured it out, shit, about 6 months later, I met Miss Peppers and her family over here with a dog and all that. So he's got to, you know what I mean? But that's what the growing of the game is. And with Kingston, we'll have the same conversations. Now he has a coach,
Mm,
and then he has like the woman perspective too. You know what I'm saying? So
right.
we
And
got we
he
got
has his aunt. He has his TT.
yep, he has his TT. So yeah, he got multiple perspectives to bounce ideas off of. He'll be cool, but I think the most important thing for me, if someone would have just been like, just be honest with these girls.
Tim, didn't I tell you to stop lying? I don't know. You didn't tell me everything. I do things like after the fact. So you had already did whatever you did. You know, one thing I did realize I'm not in here trying to talk. And Bree, this is like a good story of like I was so happy. Like I had a brother that though we didn't have the foundation or were taught certain things, somehow you had like boundaries. Even then, I remember you dated someone and she had some things going on and you ended that, but you ended it nicely. Like it wasn't even like she had some things. I think it was something from some insecurities. Let's just put there were
Right.
some insecurities, and then you were telling me a conversation of how she was speak. She was upset and she was speaking to you. She didn't even like cuss you out, or she was speaking to you in a manner, and she dropped that f bomb when she was talking to you, and you told her, "Hey, you can't speak to me that way." I was just proud of you, and it wasn't like you were telling me like in your calm self, like that was just your boundary. Hey, I know you're upset, but she said I didn't cuss at you, but kind of saying,
Right.
"Can that's just nah."
Yeah, we ain't doing that.
And then you broke up, and then you called her the next day, and y'all talked nicely and went your own way.
Yeah.
So that's how I knew you had some skill, a skill set, some emotional intelligence,
Yeah.
and I was really proud of you. And I was talking to my friend about it in that time. She goes, sometimes, and I'm gonna quote this. Sometimes a person just needs a captain save a hoe. I said, well, not my brother. We got to save ourselves. No, you're not about to traumatize him. And I was really proud of you because you were still kind, though.
Right.
And I don't know, were you even aware of what you were doing at the time, like how you were handling that, or were you just doing?
You just do it, man. You just learn as times progress. You just learn and grow. Every opportunity is a learning experience, and if you treat it like that, you're gonna always succeed. So that's how that goes, man.
That is
You got a
true.
choice to stay the same, or grow. The growth part is hard,
Well,
and
I
when you're
hope
taking those
to
looks at
be able to.
yourself,
Yeah, I
it's
hope.
ugly sometimes. So
Mhm.
you
Well,
dig.
you're married now. You married now. You caught Bree. I don't even know how you caught someone of her caliber.
Breathe. Message me on Instagram, low key.
She
I'm not
slid in
even
the
capping.
DMs.
She slid right into the DMs, right into them. That's how
Oh,
the game go, bro. You know what I mean? She said, "I like my coffee like I like my man." Here we are.
okay, you're wild. You're wild. You're wild. Well, I think Kingston has some great role models, and he has an amazing aunt to look up to. So he's very
Mhm.
blessed.
Yeah. So,
Hopefully, his attitude's better by the time he's a teenager.
he'll be cool about like age 5.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
just like messing with you about him because
Yeah.
he's
This age of
wild.
3. Yeah. This age of 3 is nuts.
Yeah, but I don't know. That's all. Oh, another thing you said earlier, and I kind of want to circle back to this. When we're talking about health, and you said especially women, no, especially men. I feel like women take better care of themselves than men. That's
Oh
an
yeah.
opinion.
So I'll agree. I'll agree. I think
Yeah.
I think, but the thing that I've just noticed, I would say men like are dying from like the cancerous things because they're stubborn to go to the doctor. But I'm
Okay.
talking about like women like hormonally, they just are accepting being fatigued, accepting being tired,
hmm
accepting the doctor telling you something versus going to get like a second and third opinion from something else. Because there's multiple things that could be, as you just said, you write down everything when you go to the doctor. Something with your pinky toe could be leading to something else. You feel what I'm saying? But then you just
Right.
accept that, oh, my pinky toe is numb. It shouldn't be numb. Someone go give me the answer I'm looking for because my pinky toe shouldn't be numb.
Why is my eye twitching?
Right? You know what I'm saying? So like I think we just accept a lot of stuff because we believe that the doctors are the experts, man. These The more that I go to the doctor, the more it's like they're trying an experiment on you to see what works.
Right.
They don't know. Yes, they went to school, they did all of these things. Cool. I got all the respect for you, man. Good work, woman, man, woman, whomever you are. Good work for going to school, but they don't know, so they're gonna experiment on. And I shouldn't use the word experiment, but that's just the best word I got right now. But they're gonna try different things to figure out what is causing your symptoms because they have probably like a rolodex of like 3 to 4 things of what it could be, but there's not one thing that can tell you what it is. until they do like a week of antibiotics, a couple of days of this, a couple of days of that. And then what they hit you with is just like the big, here's this, just take this and see if it wipes it out.
Right.
What?
Let me give you a shot of penicillin.
Yeah, penicillin. Yeah.
That'll clear it right up.
Yeah, let's see if we get it out of you. So like go, man, just go get your regular checkups. Everybody get your regular checkups. I know men, ours is like, especially black men, prostate cancer. Go get, like, I had to get a colonoscopy. I tell you, I feel like I was violated when I woke up, but I'm like, you don't feel nothing. You just wake up like, oh.
Oh, dang. You
But
said,
you like, we need to do those things. Like, it sucks, but we need to do those things for our health because prostate
mhm.
cancer is real, colon cancer is real. Like, we got to get those things checked regularly. I mean, starting at the age of 40, I got mine early because I got diverticulitis. I was diagnosed with diverticulitis.
What is that?
It's like an infection you get in your colon
Oh,
just from like poor eating and drinking. I think that's what I think mine's from. But I got it under control. Like, it's been a year now since I've had a flare up, so I don't think I'll probably ever get another one because I changed. Oh, speaking of that, just a quick plug. Anybody listening or watching out there, my wife sells greens, man. We need to take these superfoods. Obviously, it's better to ingest it like through broccoli or kale or what have you. But we got the second option that's almost as good, man. We got these greens on deck, man. Come holla at these greens. Get you a pack. If you want the link in the code, just reach out to us. We can send it to you. Get you some greens, baby. It's good for you. And if you're not following Just a Kia Heart, she talks about them every day. Follow that punchline, that tag, and get in tune with the greens.
yes. And another thing we were talking about,
Have you bought any greens?
no, but when I get there, I'll get some.
Bro, you out here caffeine, bro. You better
Or
get.
I'll look into it now. You know what I'm taking right now? I'm making sure I take collagen,
It's all in there. So you got
fi-
collagen. Brienne,
fiber.
type everything that's in the greens in the chat, babe.
Okay. I'm taking fiber, um, prebiotic, a
It's all in the
probiotic.
greens. Look, and look how much you probably paying for all that, and you can get
Yeah,
all
I
in
pay for
one.
them separately.
Yeah, you can get all in one shop.
Okay. Okay. And I'll put that stuff in there. I will reach out definitely.
Yeah, get in there. Anybody on here, it's good for you, man. Good for the stomach health, and
Hmm.
it's new oral research, not the newest, but it is newer. A lot of our problems exist from our stomach. When our stomach health is bad, that spreads into our body. So we got to take care of our stomachs. Make sure they're healthy. Make sure they're doing right. Getting your intestines right. A lot of the things that we're ingesting and eating ain't good for us, but we do it anyways because it tastes good.
And I wanted to say this about the health thing with men. A lot of us who are older, 40 plus, and we're trying to date, right? Come on, man. I need y'all to get healthy so we can live a nice, good 25 years together.
Oh, in fact, and
And
speaking to
great.
that, once our testosterone starts to deplete, bro, you know that things stop working. So we have a lot of erectile dysfunction out here because we're not taking care of ourselves. You
Right.
know what I'm saying? I mean, do what you do, but truly, like, it matters, and our heart's got to be able to last it too. So a lot of that stuff is it's real, man. As we continue to age, we gotta remember those things to take care of ourselves. Exercising, eating right, getting your greens in, getting your fruits in,
Okay, older
limiting.
men. These women, some of us when we're getting in that that 40 plus peak, we go through a spike and we need you to be ready. We need to be ready. We ain't trying to be your nurse. Not yet. Let's have a good time first before I got to take care of you. Before we got
Yeah,
to take care of each other. Let's have some
facts.
memory.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So
Did you see David Banner? And this is even to piggyback off that, he's like 50, right?
yeah,
Now he's ready to settle down and get married and have kids. And the comments was lighting him up. They were like, now you want to settle down now that you're now. Someone said you just want a nurse. That's what you want.
yeah. Someone like Truly, nobody wants to die alone. Like that's a fact.
Not at all. But
So you get to an age where like I'm tired of thugging. I'm tired of doing these things. Let's settle
it took you to
down.
50. It took you to, I mean, you know what? Let me not, because I'll tell you at 30, I was not ready to get married, or 35. I mean, I'm just being honest.
Yeah.
Just
See?
mentally for some things for myself. But men don't get pushback on that. Women do. Like me, a man saying that for I'm just ready, but me saying that for they're like you just dried up at this point. You
Yeah.
should have got him in your youth. You get better
Men
with
just
time.
want to run the streets. This is how I see it. Like for men, and there's outliers to this, obviously, and this is a complete generalization. Men need to find something worth settling for, and I think a lot of times, from past heartbreaks or what have you, we lose that trust in somebody until we can find it again. So it's almost like we need someone to be vulnerable with us first, so that we can be vulnerable with them, so that we can create that union, that covenant of trust, which is hard to get there because of being afraid, being scared of past things. And I don't want to put that as an excuse at all, because you got to be brave in this game, men and women both.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But I'm speaking from my own experience, like finding Bree, I was able to like feel comfortable enough to be like, damn, I think I want to marry this lady. I think there's always like that pressure. Like for us, I didn't have no pressure.
Mm.
Like there was no pressure on me. So it was like, I'm here. All right, and then shit, I think I moved in to her house. Like shit, me and Devin had just got into an apartment on Ingersoll, thinking we about to kick it. God must have knew I was ready to settle down, because then I had met Bree, and then boom, we got out of release early, and then I moved in with her crib, in her crib in like October. So it was quick, man. You once you know. So it's like I think sometimes, and it's also important too. Now that I'm thinking about it, it's just triggered my brain. Sometimes, depending on where you are, one person might want it more than the other person too. So then that part is hard too,
Mm-hmm.
because now as a man, I really want to pursue you and be with you, but you might not be ready, and then vice versa. You might be ready to pursue the man, and he's not ready. So then how are we talking through that, and how are we healing through that, so that we can figure this out?
That's some good perspective. It is. I guess. I guess what I was saying before is just what you're saying is great. Like a man, what you're saying, you're telling me how you guys operate. I accept what you're telling me. It makes sense, and it gives an understanding of providing a safe space,
Yeah,
providing that safe space for each other.
for each other, right? It has to have both. You both got to be in.
And but it still goes back to when women are saying, you see, we're getting a lot. It's not even just women. People are getting married and having children later. But I
Yeah,
think
facts.
it's frowned upon on women. Oh, you're 45, you didn't have kids, you don't have kids, you're not married. And they could say the same thing you said, like, I wasn't right, I wasn't in the mind space, now I'm ready. And I don't think we're extended that same
No,
grace.
the grace isn't extended for sure.
It isn't extended.
And I think
And
that's where like it gets that double standard of like that tradition. We
mm-hmm,
got to get it. We got to get out of that traditional stuff. Like we're not there no more. We're just
yeah,
not. The way we operate socially, economically, physically, we're not in those traditional states. So things are happening at different times, as so they were back in the 1950s. Hell, even like the 1970s, which is even that far away.
right.
But we got to get past those traditional thoughts.
For the have a comment. Three. 50, no way. Now he's now he's lonely. That's why, right? Like it goes back to now he's lonely. We are getting up in age, and ultimately no one wants to die alone.
Right. So I'd
Oh,
imagine
let me
David Ritter probably had multiple women he could have been with. He just chose the streets.
right. Hey, we've all, you know what? Not all, quite a few of us have fumbled a person for
Right.
sure.
Right.
You just gotta live and learn from it.
In the
Oh,
words
let
of
me
Big Sean, the grass ain't greener on the other side. It's greener where you water it at.
facts. Let me put out what Jessica at her put in her the what are they, Tim?
All the greens.
Mm-hmm.
So you got a full serving of fruits and vegetables, biotin, vitamin C, pro and prebiotics, digestive enzymes, and then it's a skin elixir and gut support. I thought there was collagen in there too, Brian. Is that what
Reach
biotin
out.
is? Biotin collagen?
No, but biotin is in like the collagen that I have. The biotin is in it.
Is in it?
It promotes the same thing like growing your hair and stuff. Oh, what did she say? It's
It's
a
a natural
natural
builder.
builder. Okay. Well, please reach out to Just a Key at Heart on IG or reach out to any of us and we will get you connected with the greens.
Oh, it helps your
Oh,
body build
nice. She
collagen.
said it helps your body build the collagen. Oh, that's even better.
Look, see, look.
Oh, another comment. You guys, if you have any thoughts of anything we're talking about, please feel free. This is your inspirational podcast. This is your space too. Okay. Just a Cat's Heart said, you both have to commit every day to each other and want to make each other happy and love each other the way they need it. The way they need it. I feel like people have an issue problem with that. You love the way they need it, even if it's not. Oh, this is just for me. You know, everybody has different love languages,
Right.
and if someone's saying, my man said he likes a lot of affection, but I'm not an overly affectionate person. I mean, I am an affectionate person, so it wouldn't be an issue. So, but if I wasn't, I would have to work on that, right? To feed his love tank. But on the flip side, could a person saying you're making me change and do something I'm not comfortable with? I feel like some people might hit that wall. What would you say about that? If one person's not comfortable with that type of exchange, but that's what fills the other person's love tank.
But
What's
then
your
that's when you have to, that's when you're at that level, that's when you should know your person. So before it even gets to that, that should be a flag for the whoever the affectionate person is.
mm-hmm.
Because if we do want to take this into be marriage, then I remember that my partner isn't as affectionate. So what are other ways that I can get it if I want to continue to pursue this with this person?
Mm.
And then the person should work on being more affectionate. That's how Brie and I are right now. I'm not a very affectionate person, but I know she needs a hug and a kiss every once in a while. I work on it every day.
And what are
Affection is
ways you
hard. Just remembering to give the hugs, remembering that it's not about me. This is what she needs right now. Even when it's like say like even an argument or what have you, just remembering what is needed in that moment. Because at certain point in times, man, you got to be able to think outside of yourself, which is why you chose to marry the person that you chose to be with. Like you made the choice, the decision to do that.
you know, I was in a Bible study group and she's, the lady was married and she was telling me how she would pray for God for a husband all the time, all the time, all the time. Now she has a husband, she's about to have a kid. And she said, every day you have to lay your life down for the other person. She said, even when you don't feel like it, you don't
Facts.
feel like it. But
Facts.
This is what I asked for. And another thing she said, she goes, marriage don't make you happy, it makes you holy. She said, because she goes, I just let every time I think about those two things she said it will bring out things that you thought were buried or healed.
Yeah, there's
And
triggers all the time.
yeah, and you and that person, yeah. So it's just nice hearing other people's like in a positive perspective of it,
Yep.
the work part of it.
Yep. That's how the game goes. You gotta make time for, especially when kids start to get in the picture, you still gotta make time for your partner, for your spouse,
Mm-hmm.
so that you guys don't get lost in your children. So I think that's why a lot now, like I think the divorce rate is like at 50 something plus percentage. So you gotta make time to make time. Because once you
Right.
get lost in the kids, you fall out of love with each other, and then it becomes a job like work. But there is work involved,
Mm-hmm.
100%. But it shouldn't. The work is like, I want to do this. It's not like the forced work. You get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Hmm. The work, it's work to even date. And you know what, how the culture is now, we don't even want to put in the work to even date anymore.
Yeah,
So we
trust.
just say, look, back in the day, you literally had to call the girl, you had to ask her out, and then y'all had to talk on the phone, all the stuff. Now, if I just don't want to deal each other, if we just don't want to deal with it, we're on a dating app, we just stop talking. We just don't reply
You know
anymore.
who I blame?
Who?
I blame the internet. Back in the day, bro, you on the phone, and that was like the end. That was like probably my generation was the last people making phone calls, because the internet just started to pop. Like we had the AOL Instant Messenger, the dial-up internet, and all that. Like the internet was just starting to pop, starting to bubble over the top. But even then, like not everybody had dial-up internet still. So
Right.
you still was making phone calls, dialing folks. Even text messages weren't free until like
No,
7 p.m. So like you weren't even texting, like you literally were calling.
not everyone had text messaging.
Not
Just
everybody
because
had
I
text
had it
messaging.
doesn't mean the other person had it and could
Yep.
receive it.
Yep. So look, man, it was different times.
Yo, there was no Netflix and chill. You got to take me the hell out, which I
Yeah,
don't.
we're
You
about to
take
go
me.
to the
I
movies.
still have those values. You taking me out. We doing
Yeah.
something.
Yeah, we gonna go kick it. Like that's what it was. We really got to get to know each other because there aren't any other distractions.
Yeah.
Now we have so many distractions that you don't get time to spend with a person to get to know them. And then like on the out front of that, like I can only imagine that people have all these ulterior motives
Mm-hmm.
based off of being on what are the dating apps you got? What, Bumble, you got Tinder, what you got?
Hinge.
Hinge, you got what else?
Bumble. I don't. Oh,
Farmers.com. I don't even know if that's a thing. Christian Mingle. What
Christian
you got?
Mingle.
You got what's that joint? There's another
Match.
one, huh?
You said Match already, didn't you?
No, I didn't say Match yet. Match.
Match.com.
Yeah, so like
Cupid.
Cupid, like all these things like are at your fingertips. So like you're meeting somebody
Tinder.
based off of profile, Tinder, and now like you probably can't get that. I just got your whole rap sheet,
Right.
and I don't even know you yet as a person, as a human being. So like, what are we doing? Like it's hard.
And you know what? Me and a friend were. One of my friends were both single, and we're both actually really ready to mingle. Like we're gonna be actively dating, not passively dating. So twice a month, we're gonna. These are things we came up with. No, still, I'm still gonna be on dating websites, of course. If I talk to a guy and we haven't met after a week, then I'm not interested.
Right.
We at least have to make plans to meet. If a week goes by and we haven't made plans to meet or anything or haven't talked on the phone, I unmatch.
Who does it? Who whose responsibility is it to keep the conversation going?
I will always reply back. So I'm always gonna reply back. Like if he says something
So
to me, I'm always gonna say something back.
it's the guy's responsibility to keep the
Yes,
conversation going.
I agree with that. I'm gonna say this. I'm not. I don't really chase. Like I'm not gonna ask. I usually would not ask a dude out. I would expect that he would ask me. That shows me his interest and that he's writing this profile. He wants a relationship and he knows what he wants. I guess I had been told I could say, "Hey, let's meet," but I really just prefer him to do it.
So if you are attracted to somebody, you probably will be like, "Hey, you trying
Yes,
to kick
but
this?"
it's hard
Versus,
for me online. If we were
right?
talking on the phone,
Yeah,
then and we had these great conversations, I could be like, hey, we should get together because we're just talking so casually, right?
right.
But so yes, so that's my rule for the online dating. After a week, nothing on Match.
Right.
Then me and a friend, we're gonna go twice a week, twice a month. We're gonna go to places where men would be, like going to different like nicer restaurants. There's a lot of rooftop and things, but sitting at the bar.
Right.
But we're doing research on places where other single people, men would
Oh, there
be,
you go.
because that's what we're pursuing. So
Hey, that running club probably has good spot too.
yes, here's the thing where I need to get brave with the running club. They did start a thing with them. If you with the wristbands, if you have a black wristband on or none, you're just there to run. If you have a blue, you're there to network. I like how they worded this. If you have a pink, you're emotionally available.
Oh,
I haven't bought my wristband yet.
you haven't got a pink one yet?
No, because I'm a little, but there's so many people. This run club is huge now. So my goal for also October, I'm gonna make sure I hit all for run club this for this month. I'm gonna go every Sunday, and when I go next Sunday, I'm going to have ordered my pink wristband.
There you go.
To be available, and then also I'm gonna do a mixer, one of those dating mixers. My friend, she met someone during the mixer and it's going great for her.
See?
And she was nervous about going. They both were nervous about going.
Hell yeah, that's probably nerve wracking.
But they have like events, it's structured, you know what I mean? So you intermingle. So those are the things that me and my other friend, and then I might do some stuff by myself because I've, from my experience, more men have approached me when I'm alone.
Yeah, of course.
I used to go sit at this bar. There was a wine bar. You guys, it's called Black Sheep. It's my favorite place. I used to go to, but when I lived by it, I would go there and and
That's
even
true.
just talking to men, like just sometimes it wasn't like they were trying to hit on me. It was just like conversation. So
Yeah,
that gets you practice
right. Facts.
being alone and just talking to someone of the opposite sex. Sorry, I'm a girl's girl. I know some people are like, oh, I just vibe better with men, and I get it. I don't. I have female friends. Jay is like my only guy best friend.
Right.
So
Cool.
yeah. So
Well, go
that
get
is
him, Tiger. Stop
that.
being scared.
Yes. So we're not chasing. We're putting ourselves out there. He ain't gonna knock on your door while you sitting on the couch.
No, ma'am.
Look, let me get this last comment from Brienne. I love this one. If you put your marriage first, the children will always benefit because they are in a loving, caring house. You know, what do you think of that statement? You know, some people get mad about that statement. Not mad, but
They think that their kids are the most important thing, and the kids are important. But once you put them first, then one of either the male or the female of the marriage is not getting their needs met by you. So then resentment starts to boil, And then once you get resentment, this shit's gone. And then now the kids are seeing arguments and small fights. Those small fights lead to bigger fights. Those bigger fights lead to separation. So if you put your marriage first, and that's not excluding the children, that's getting a babysitter to go on a date night, having affection, communicating with each other, taking the time to do that stuff. Because you can't pour from what you don't got. So like, if I'm not getting my needs met, then how am I supposed to be beneficial to my kids?
Well, say it louder in the back. It doesn't mean y'all neglecting your children
Yeah,
when
they
you
still
say
there. They're there the whole time.
it.
But you got to take time to be away from them too. It's important.
That is facts. Well, brother, this was a good. We chopped it up.
Yes, ma'am. Yes,
Well,
love.
I know I enjoyed it. It was a good topic. Um, well, all our topics we hit. I hope y'all got something from this, and I hope on the replay, just leave some comments. Tell us your thoughts.
Tune in.
Tune in. You know what I didn't do? Look. I'm about to do it right now. I didn't turn my ticker on. I need a
Ticker, bro.
Look, I need a moderator. I really do. Okay. Well, if you guys enjoyed the show, please share, like, and hit that notification button on YouTube. You can also listen, follow, and rate on Apple Podcasts and on Spotify. The links are in the About section, but I'll also put them in the comment section. And if you're interested, or you know anyone that's interested in being a guest, or you have topics that you would like us to discuss, please, you guys hit me up, email me. Let me put that up at bougiegirl@BOOSHEGURL@gmail.com. Any parting words, Tim?
Love and peace.
Yep. Until next time. Peace and blessings.